into the different cases there or the languages there. Generally we use the C program, turbo C or code block. So it having its linker and loader, single one type of linker and loader. So it's a use that what are the previous assembler is there or compiler is there, it use the output of that compiler and assembler here, and just it combine that file or merge that file. But in a different if the different types of we can say that the tools are available, so or the compilers are available, so it will not provide that facility. So that time some linker having its own assembler or the compiler. The compiler generally नहीं रहता, it just contain the assemblers there, and then it just take the output from that assembler, and after that it link all this file which is required for the executable purpose. Getting clear? Yes, Tanmay? So this is about the linker. So when you if the yes, again keep in mind this subject having the practicals. So in maybe into the practical oral extent maybe they ask the questions. Loader, it is a part of operating system and is responsible for loading the executable file into memory and executed it. So which executable file it just put or load into the memory, which is generated by your linker. So when you see the sequence of that system different software, uh, compiler is there, then next phase is assembler is there. I'm just skipping the interpreter because interpreter is the another part. Interpreter is not there. So first before compiler, yes, editor is also there. Editor is required where we can write down the code. Editor, then compiler, then assembler, then linker, then loader and debugger. Like that the sequence are there into particular when we just see the component of system software. Yes, so it just load that file into that particular memory locations, and after that it will be ready for the executable purpose. Like that, in a previous lecture, Gaurav asked the again role of BIOS, that is basic input and output device. Yes, so for that one, when we just think about the input or the editor, so yes, we require the screen. Screen is your it is for the output purpose. With that screen again we require the input, that is your keyboard, then and then we can able to write down the codes there, no? So with the help of that input devices, and again the linkers are there, sorry, the connections are there. I think in C++ different streams are there, that streams are working to take the input there on that editors, and according to that particular language it works there. No, Tanmay, interpreter does not require the assembler, because what happened already. Ek minute, I will just go into the next. Yes, this PPT will just tell you the difference between all these three. Till I have put this PPT into the language translator or processor. Now you have to see the difference between interpreter, compiler, and assembler there. First, we just see compiler. So what happened? It just accept the input as a high level language and generate a low level. Next, the assembler is there. It just accept the input as this low level language, that is your assembly language, and it generate a binary code or a machine code 0 and 1. And when we just think about the interpreter, so interpreter again just accept the your source code, and it generate a different output there. So it may be low level language, it may be assembly language, or it may be your binary language. So interpreter is not uh, maybe yes, it does not need a assembler, because it directly convert your binary language, and yes, binary language is known by your machines there. So what are the this third output is there, binary language, that is 0 and 1. It again generate assembly language, and low level language means what? So it just work on the your instructions there, and it is not only the instruction which is required to perform the operation. Like that, again the different instructions are there when we using the concept of your functions there or routines there. So that time in particular which segment your code is going to load. So load is again one of the instruction is using there. Then start is instruction, means yes, instruction again having the different types. So like that it just generate the that code there into the form of assembly language format. So maybe it's depend. Yes, it just create that outputs there, three different outputs. That's why I'm just putting the slides here, which is again I have downloaded from the Google's there. So I just getting to this PPT, which is tell you the difference between the three language processor or system components there: compiler, interpreter, and assembler. Getting 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 the difference.